Thank you so much, Graham. And right now we're focusing on fitness and health and intense workouts that we'll be talking about this morning, especially in incredible heat, can lead to excessive sweating. I'm sure you are well aware of that, a potential pathway to dehydration. Maybe you did not know that. As your body perspires to cool down during vigorous exercise, remember that replenishing with water alone might not be enough. And this morning, to help us unpack this topic a little bit more, fitness guru Shiham Hendricks. This morning, Shiham, welcome to the show.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Lucky to have you.
Yeah.
Interesting topic for those who've exercised with me and went through some training session with me would know that if it becomes a high intensity session, we tend to sweat a lot. Then on the other side, there's people who don't sweat a lot. But we need to talk about the risk of dehydration. What do we need to keep in mind, especially, if you are sweating, because you are losing a lot of fluid.
Yeah, correct. So you are kind of losing like this, they'd say salts and sugars, which is very important in your body, especially for carbohydrates and then obviously your water and minerals. So that kind of, I'm a little bit nervous, but I'm okay.
No, man, don't be nervous. We're talking about a subject that is your forte here.
I wouldn't say my forte, it's more like I actually suffer a lot from dehydration.
Really?
Yeah, so I've got like low blood pressure, and then also then it's one of the signs of being dehydrated. I didn't actually pick that up after a period of where I had to actually go for a test to see if it was just something that was natural or if it was actually caused by dehydration.
But something like dehydration, it is a very serious condition and space that you can find yourself in, especially if you have quite a rigorous exercise routine. And you mentioned low blood pressure being a key symptom of dehydration. So for individuals who goes about sweating a lot, and sweating is good when you go into gym, but there are kind of telltale signs where you are bordering on the side of dehydration.
Yeah. So that would normally be where you'd be like very fatigued, things get a bit more slower. You would then have a lot of headaches and things like that. So I would have thought that when I was dehydrated, I was maybe just tired or too much workout, but it was just the fact that I wasn't actually replacing the water or can't really replace your sweat with sweat. But meaning that when sweating, replacing that again with water. But then again, you can't also just have water. It has to be something like the rehydrate because of the specific salts.
I wanted to ask you about that because, yes, you need to hydrate during an intense session or any exercise session for that matter. And just before we went live as well, we spoke about the fact that even if you don't sweat, you can still run the risk of being dehydrated because you lose, through your sweat, salts and essential sugars.
Yeah.
So just replenishing with water alone might not be good enough. So chat to me about that role of salts and the sugars in your body and the function thereof.
Okay, so like I was telling you earlier on, because I don't really sweat that much when I train. It has to be a very, very vigorous workout for me to sweat. But for some reason, I actually suffer from dehydration a lot. And that's why I'd go on a drip or something like that to replenish. It is important because if you lose, like for example, the sugars within your body, it's kind of like the glucose, so like the carbohydrates that helps fuel your body. So we have to replace it. And then with the salts, it's like the water and minerals. It helps the blood flow and stuff that gets to your brain and everything functions. So without that, everything is like your body just automatically slows down.
So I can imagine with regards to that intense fatigue that you feel. There's fatigue, muscle fatigue and all of that, but then there's physical fatigue as well,
it's
where you're running out of that energy compound.
You kind of think like you're working out and you're dreaming. So it's like you're walking around, but you're floating and you're like, oh, you don't. Because like I said, I didn't really know that I was suffering from it after. And if you get to a point where you work out and sweat for a very long time, it just becomes worse. So it takes longer to replenish.
Especially if you are somebody like me who likes to train 4, 5, 6 times a week if I can, intensely, sweating quite a bit. It just becomes more and more important and crucial to replenish with the right substances like a rehydrate that's got that salts and sugars, right? Okay, cool. Well, you are going to put us through a bit of a workout. I can see that you are ready already. I'm not ready just yet. Give me a second. But just a couple of important factors and things that you might not have known. Did you know that during intense exercise, approximately 2% of your body weight is lost through sweating, meaning vital electrolytes are lost. Minimizing dehydration and mineral imbalances before, during, and after exercise is absolute key. And drinking an oral electrolyte mixture such as Rehydrate Sport helps stimulate intestinal absorption of water to maintain the electrolyte balance of the body. And like we found out how important that is. Now, Rehydrate Sport contains a balance of glucose, potassium, and sucrose, allowing for quick and easy absorption of water to help you recover faster than water alone before, during, and after exercise. So once again, absolute key to maintaining your overall health as well. Now, in the realm of sports and training, you can find the perfect balance to aid recovery faster and embrace lasting well-being. Stay tuned as we are about to sweat it out in a workout with Shiham over here in just a bit. Stick around.
Drained? Dehydrated? You have lost more than just fluid. Recover faster. Add Rehydrate, SA's #1 oral electrolyte mixture.